You don't always have to spend over 300 bucks for a tab. If watching YouTube, Netflix or reading sometime books or newspaper is the only thing you want from a tab, MediaPad 10 Plus from Huawei can do that for you. Hey, it's Rehab. What's going on, buddy? And this is the review of Huawei MediaPad 10 Link Plus. It's a 10-inch tab from Chinese brand Huawei, and as far as I've seen, Huawei is always good with their design. And just like its other siblings, this Huawei MediaPad 10 Plus also have a very decent design. You are just watching a 10.1 exactly HD display. Huawei branding bottom of it, and it's in a top it has only a VGA front-facing cam. It has a pretty thick bezel, but in a 10-inch tab I think you will need that for gripping properly. Besides, it's not a light tab, its weight is 640 grams. This tab is mainly designed as a landscape tab, it's not a portrait tab. So this portion of this device is the top and this is the bottom. And if you are seeing it that way, it has SIM card and micro SD card slot in top of it. On the top back, you'll have 3 megapixel camera and 2 speakers. At the left side of this device, you have 3.5mm headset jack, and underneath the headset jack, you have micro USB port. There is nothing at the bottom of the device, and at the left top corner, you have power button and your volume rocker underneath the power button. It has a white plastic edge around the tab. The back of this device color is not bronze or not silver. Huawei called it champagne. To give a little more stylish look, they implement a white plastic top back of this device. Let's jump into the display. You are watching a HD 720p IPS LCD screen. The resolution of this display is 1280 by 800 and PPI sports in 149 pixel per inch. This screen has up to 10-finger multi-touch support. In an era of 1080p displays or 2K displays, the 720p display will make you feel a little bit behind, but if consuming some medias is your only concern for a tab, this tab can handle that easily. As I'm saying, this screen has really decent color tone and the white balance in this screen is perfect. So watching movies, YouTube, Netflix or reading sometime books, newspaper would be fine with this tab. If you make the tab close to your eye, you will definitely see some pixels, but if you're holding a tab 1 feet away from your eye, you will not see any pixels. And watching a 10-inch tab from a distance of 1 feet is decent. After the decent design and the screen, the question is it that good in the hardware? Well, it's running Cortex A9 quad-core 1.6 GHz processor. In memory, it has 1 GB of RAM and 8 GB of internal storage. You have a 16 gig option of this tab, but that will cost you a little more. And another obvious pros of this tab is it has micro SD card slot, so you can easily expand your storage. Now the camera. You should not expect a great camera in a tab, and at this price point, the camera you are getting with this tab is, I would say, okay. You have a 3.15 megapixel rear shooter and a VGA front shooter. The rear shooter of this device is okay at the sunny outdoor, but indoor it's just a trash, it's just a crap. I expected a little bit better front-facing cam in this tab, but it's nowhere near in my expectation. Yes, it has a front-facing cam, but it's VGA. The quality of this cam is not that great. So in a 10-inch tab, you have to have a good front-facing cam for Skype calling or video calling kind of stuff. Now how this tab sounds. It has a 2 rear speaker grills. The sound is pretty loud, but the depth in this sound is not even there. The sound with these 2 speakers is really very thin. There should be a little more depth in sound, but if you're a headphone person, this won't be a deal breaker for you. This pad, the Huawei MediaPad Link Plus, running 4.2 Jelly Bean with Huawei's own interface, Emotion UI 1.6. It's not even near like the stock Android 4.2 Jelly Bean because it doesn't have an app drawer anything you install, it will automatically add your home screen. Well, some people like it, some people don't, but personally I don't like it. And another thing with this tab is your notification drop down is not at top, it's in the bottom. So you have to swipe your finger bottom to top to get the notifications. And last but not least, it has 6600 mAh battery inside, and the display is not even 1080p or 2K, so this battery don't have to lit up those extra pixels. And as long as my test goes, I will say the battery performance of this tab is pretty good. After using this tab, I will say the performance is pretty snappy, but this tab can't handle intense games. The only two things I didn't like about this tab is it's not thin, it's pretty thick. So much thick, it's 9.9mm, almost 10mm, but I expect a little thin tab. And the second thing I didn't like about this tab is its weight. It's 640 grams. Holding this tab with one hand for an hour will be pretty difficult. Overall, at this price point, in a 10-inch tab, what you're getting is pretty nice. So there you have it, guys. This was the review of Huawei MediaPad 10 Link Plus. Thanks a lot for watching. Please subscribe to my channel to get updated with my upcoming videos. Click here to subscribe. So stay tuned, stay awesome. As always, I'll see you in the next one.